Hello, welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today we're talking about the ignorance on the internet towards Xbox. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started with this. So I've been playing Xbox for about 5 years now, more regularly, more consistently, and over that time, I've just seen a lot of negativity, and it's always pointed towards Xbox. I don't understand that. As a gamer myself, the main thing I want to do is I want to buy a game and have an amazing experience. I want to be wowed by the visuals. I want to have fun. Xbox has delivered every single bit of that to me. In fact, so much more that I stopped buying third-party games on my PlayStation and started buying them on the Xbox. That hasn't changed. That's probably not gonna change this generation, to tell you the truth. I mean, I am so disgusted by the way I hear people talking about Xbox that it really drives me nuts, and that's the whole reason I've taken this channel as more of a positive thing for Xbox. I want to celebrate Xbox. Xbox has given me an amazing time. That's not to say that PlayStation over the last 25 years hasn't done the same, or given me those experiences, or created those or helped me create those memories in my mind, of being able to explore and experience so many different games. But let me tell you what Xbox has done for me. Okay, I used to be a PlayStation guy. I used to play my single player games. I pretty much stuck to a few types of genres. I had racing games. I had RPGs, and then I had cover shooters, stuff like that. Third person, single player experience type games. Since I've started playing on the Xbox, I've expanded that more into first person shooters, online type online experiences that I can play with other people. I maybe had 16 friends on my PlayStation account, and those are people that I actually knew physically, and had relationships with, that I would maybe sometimes play a game on the PlayStation with. Since I've been more on my Xbox, I've got almost 100 freaking different people on the Xbox that I actually play with. I started playing MMOs on the Xbox. I started playing. The experiences that I've had have just been amazing. And if you're one of those people that like to get on to some of these other YouTube channels and just and feed into that negative environment where PlayStation can do no wrong and Xbox is trash, come on, man. Think about this. You call yourself a gamer. You're a gamer. I'm a gamer, man. That's what we love to do. We love to play games. This whole Xbox has no games is garbage. It's complete garbage. I have been more than satisfied with the first party games that the Xbox has delivered since I've been playing on Xbox. PlayStation is an amazing platform. It is. Xbox is an amazing platform. I love the PlayStation first party games. I love the Xbox first party games. There's no reason for such negativity towards this other platform. If Xbox does well, PlayStation's going to do well. If PlayStation does well, Xbox is going to do well. The better both of these platforms do, the more competition it's going to push them both to do better and create better for all of us. We win if they both succeed. I mean, Nintendo is doing their own little thing. So a lot of people don't really talk about them. They kind of just leave Nintendo alone because Nintendo doesn't really go out of their way to encroach on anybody else's. I mean, if you got a PlayStation, you probably got a Switch. If you got an Xbox, you probably got a Switch. That's kind of just the way it is. This goal of this channel is to try to bring gamers out of that mindset. I don't really want to be a negative force, and I'm not going to build my channel supporting Xbox while kicking PlayStation, because PlayStation has done pretty much everything I've ever wanted them to do for me, and I respect that, and I love that. The only time I've really ever had a problem with PlayStation is when they brought out the PlayStation 4 Pro. If they would have invested in more power, to actually give me more of a consistent 4K experience on my 4K TV, I would have been happy with that. I probably would have bought an Xbox still because I wanted Forza Horizon 3 Blizzard Mountain. So that was my way into that. I see a lot of negativity about Xbox, and I'm telling you now, I've been playing on Xbox for 5 years. For 5 years now. I have not had any regrets, any problem finding anything to play. In fact, I've found far more to play on Xbox than I had on PlayStation. I've met more people that have, brought me out of that comfort zone that I used to be in, and helped me learn to experience a much wider range of games and different types of games. The Xbox is a pretty consistent ecosystem overall, like pretty consistent. PlayStation has always felt more, up and down, when it comes to the first party games being amazing. And then a lot of other games, like third party developers, there are some out there that are really good. You got Square Enix and, Capcom and a few others that can actually push the power limits of the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro. I believe Xbox is going to do good this generation. I believe that we are going to see more of a competitive spirit this generation. Xbox buying Bethesda, that's pretty big for me. Like that is one of those things that I love. Bethesda games. I buy a lot of Bethesda games, so having that on one platform and being able to have Bethesda maximize the potential of this console is going to be amazing. I mean, they own id Tech now. id Tech is part of Xbox, so Xbox isn't playing around this generation. So if you're one of those closed-minded little Sony fanboys that basically spends their life in a little what are they called again? At a circus, basically. I mean, being led around, by a rope, charging $70 to pet it and everything. That's fine. Like, I get it. Like, the PlayStation experience is the PlayStation experience. That isn't going to change. Well, it might change, but I don't know. I kind of feel like they're kind of stuck in their ways a little bit, and it's all right. If they backpedal, I'm not going to be mad at them. You know what I mean? Like they do believe in generations, just not this one, I guess. You know what I mean? So I don't want to be a negative guy, and I mean, I'm sick and tired of seeing Xbox getting kicked when they're actually doing more of what they say they're going to do. Whereas PlayStation, it's like nobody's really giving PlayStation any heat, man. They've lied to us a lot this generation, and for the most part, I mean, like I understand, the business model or whatever. I understand how business works, but by the end of this generation, you're not even going to have true exclusives on the PlayStation 5. They're going to be going to PC too. So instead of sitting here fighting this stupid plastic box console war, maybe those channels out there that have to kick, Xbox to build their own brand, man. Maybe we can all learn together to just be gamers. Maybe we can all just learn how to not completely trash one console to build up another one. If you haven't noticed, Joe, over the last while on this channel, I've really been trying to move away from that negative type stuff, and push this channel in a more constructive way that's going to bring gamers together and create a community that's stronger, that we can all enjoy things, and not have to worry so much about, nobody should have to worry about what they want to play on, dude. Nobody should be calling people names or being ignorant to people or writing really stupid comments in my comment section about how PlayStation is better, because as you can see, I clearly own both of them, and I don't necessarily think the PlayStation is better than the Xbox. And I mean, like, the Xbox is more power and whatever, but I would say they're pretty much kind of close to being equal. You know what I mean? This generation, they're pretty close, but you know, that's early on in the generation. I mean, we'll see more as time goes on, but yeah, like right now, guys, I honestly think that we should probably just try to be gamers and not console warriors. You know what I mean? Like, let's just move forward with that. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.